of it. We're going to show you some examples. We're going to get into the world of fourplexes just a little bit here in Las Vegas. And again, we want to remind you to, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We're excited to have you along our journey and really getting on this platform, YouTube, Facebook, and really bring in a little bit more of in-depth explanation of, what the world of investing is, first-time home buyers, what type of loan products there are out there. I mean, just the real estate world. I truly feel, Felix, that real estate plays such an important part for anyone. So, I believe that it is one of the key elements in our lifetime that if we pay attention, we get educated, we spend some time in learning how real estate can really come in and help us. Real estate has the potential to really help us grow our wealth, right? Absolutely. In a big way. So. Yep. Let's get to it. And like I said, my friends, for me, Fourplexes is one of the ways that I truly, truly love and enjoy talking about the investing side. So here we have, you guys are getting to see this. This is the direct address, the price. This is actually one of our listings. We represent the seller. We helped the seller actually purchase this several years ago. And they did exactly what we were telling you. They were able to purchase a home through FHA program. They were there, now they've moved on, they have their own home, it's beautiful, and now they're ready to cash out and move on to a different type of investing, but now they're gonna move on to a different type of investing with the property that's gonna come in and really give them a lot of money. They have quite a bit of equity here, and so now it's on the market, which it's priced really well. It's 4 units, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and here we have it. It's also very important to mention, right, Felix, that there's not a whole lot of fourplexes that come in the market at a given time, right?
That's right.
So those of you that are looking for fourplexes, duplexes, triplexes, whenever you find one and the numbers look good, somebody's probably already found it as well and they're jumping on it. So, and if you're trying to purchase it through the FHA loan, you have to even move faster, right?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of these don't go FHA. Tell us a little bit about that, Felix.
Yeah, so the reason why many of these sellers don't go FHA is many of the reason is because, FHA, first-time home buyer, they're new to this. Technically, they're rookies to buying real estate, right? And it's okay, right? It's okay to be a rookie. But the thing is that they're looking for experienced investors. That's why they don't accept FHA loans many of the times. And that's why as a FHA buyer, you're very limited to your options. You don't really got more than 3-4 options at most.
At any given time,
at
right?
any given time, yeah. They come in and they come out, right?
Exactly.
FHA, it's a little harder, but it's something not impossible, right? As long as you work with a dedicated realtor like us, we will fight for you. We'll try to negotiate, hey, accept our client offer, FHA. And like I said, the reason why they don't go FHA is because one of them, maybe the tenants have leases, right? Maybe they have leases for a long period of time. Technically, if you're buying an FHA, you got to move into the property within 60 days. So that's one of them. The second one is maybe the property condition. Maybe the property condition ain't at its greatest. Maybe there's roof issues, AC issues, maybe that the seller doesn't want to repair. That's why they require maybe a conventional buyer, a second-time home buyer. And then the third option I would say is many of the times
the
is
inspections, right?
The inspections,
I think the inspections play a big role when you're purchasing through FHA.
Mm-hmm.
Many times these inspections and the appraisal, they might come back with certain requirements that seller doesn't want to address, and you as a buyer really don't need them addressed because maybe you as a buyer, you're ready to go in there and put a little bit of that work, and or maybe you have somebody that's going to do this and you're going to get a discounted price, so you don't need the seller to walk in and do any of it. But unfortunately, the lender won't allow you to proceed without this item being taken care of. So again, through an FHA loan, many times you can face the fact that you're going to have to come to a halt or possibly cancel the transaction if something comes up in the inspection, in the appraisal. So many of these owners many times will say, you know what, I don't want to deal with that. I just want a cash buyer or a conventional investor. Those are the offers I'm reviewing. So that's why if you're going into this as a multi and trying to buy multifamily as your primary residence first time, you need to be a little bit flexible. And Absolutely. That's the key here. You need to come into it knowing that as a multifamily investor, owner, primary residence, you're going to need to be a little bit more flexible. You're going to need to be a little bit open. And when the moment you see something that actually accepts FHA, you need to be really looking at it and executing on making an offer, right? Because it's
That's
probably
right.
going to be off the market soon. And now, if you're an investor, you're putting in 25% down, things are a little bit different. But even for you, we're seeing that there's less inventory. We're constantly seeing inventory come into the market though. So maybe this week there was 5-7 options. Now those options go away. Next week we have 2 or 3 more options.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to align yourself with a real estate professional that is aggressive in the market and that's really working for you. What does that mean is that if you're out there, which we've seen many times, and especially you investors, we've seen many times you out there looking for the deals, calling, figuring out, is this property, because you don't have a professional that's really out there fighting for you, looking for the deal for you. You almost feel like you're the one. I've heard people that say, I want to go get my real estate license because my real estate agent didn't really do anything.
Right.
I found the deal, I brought the deal, I found it on the internet, looked for it, and all they had to do was this and this and that. And I understand, but when you do have a real estate professional that's seasoned, experienced, and that goes into the market every single day hunting for you, then you begin to realize, oh, that's the value of having a real estate professional.
That's right,
They
Nora.
actually come and bring these opportunities for me, and I don't have to be on here by myself. And so that's really the goal here, is we're telling you when you're going into the multifamily world, you're going to have to go, your agent, the person that's representing you is going to have to go out there hunting for you. You can be out there looking as well, but your real estate professional should be doing the hunting. And you're sitting back, you're letting them know what you're capable of doing, what type of financing, how much cash you have, and then they're bringing the opportunities to you. So the goal here is that if you are looking into the multifamily space, again, we're not going to see a whole lot of properties hit the market, but we're going to see at least less competition, right? Because we have seen a little bit less competition because of what's happening with the market right now, correct?
Right, that's right, Nora. And I think the main reason why we're seeing less competition, once again, it reflects back to the interest rates, right? The interest rates are pretty high. They're in the mid 6s, up to the 7s, I believe. And, sometimes these numbers don't make sense. So that's another factor, Nora. I think when you're buying a fourplex, what really matters is the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your monthly payment? How much could these rents go up? Because maybe the rents are very low and they're all month-to-month leases.
Mm-hmm.
What's the potential of me, raising the rents on this property and also make a little income once I want to leave the property, right?
100%,
So-
100%. Here we have another example, my friends, of a fourplex. It's 550, same thing. You guys could see the outside of the property is well maintained. And so another important factor when you're buying multifamilies is that sometimes you might not get the opportunity to see all the pictures of every single room. You're probably going to get, maybe 2 or 3 pictures. You might be lucky if we get 6 or 7. Why? Because the landlord usually does not want to go in there and invade the privacy of the tenants, right? The tenants might, they have that, and the landlord doesn't want to make them uncomfortable, shooting pictures throughout their home. So the idea is that, you have to kind of go off of what you see. And next part, when you're buying multifamily, is that you usually are making an offer contingent upon interior inspection, meaning you do have to write the offer, and you do have to, your real estate agent has to send it off. And then the owner, if he sees that you're serious on the purchase, then he'll actually, usually accept, and from that point forward, start the process of getting an appointment for you to do an interior inspection. We have seen some that actually don't want you to inspect, and they'll tell you it's being sold as is, no interior inspections, here's the situation. But many times what we see with those is you're getting them at a little bit of a discount,
Right.
just to offset a little bit of the risk that you're going to take, which is normal. So again, some of these things that we're talking to you, if you're a seasoned investor, you know them. If you're new and you want to start getting into investing, these are things that are important for you to know. And so in this scenario, you guys can see this property has 3 pictures, I believe. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it. It just means that they didn't want to bother the the tenants. And then you can go in here and keep on going, right? There's a lot of different opportunities right now, but again, there's not an abundance of them. So the moment you see something that you like, you need to drop the numbers, present usually possibly an offer. And then once you get the offer accepted, then you begin to do the interior or send your inspector to do it. You know, we have seen many investors not even walk the properties themselves, but actually send an inspection company and get a report back. And from the report, they'll make the decision, right?
That's right, Nora. That's right.
So here we have, a list of fourplexes. It is super simple for us to get you on the list to receive fourplexes. We can do this automatically. And what ends up happening is that we're able to put you on a list. Every time there's something new that hits the market with, duplex, triplex, fourplex, you'll get the notification right away. And usually, if you're able to do a drive-by, if you're here in the city, great. But what we're seeing with multifamilies is usually you look at the numbers, you look at the pictures, maybe there's some research that's done from us to make sure to say, you know what, everything checks off, right? Everything checks out really well. This is what we, found, this is what we investigated. And now you're able to come to kind of an informed decision of like, okay, you know what, I want to present an offer, right?
Exactly.
Excellent. So here's another one. This one's $475. So a little bit different. Now, why are the prices different? It could be a lot of different things. It could be that maybe you have one of the, you may have one of the units that's a little bit, let's see here.
Like on this property right now, they're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Exactly.
So why is it cheaper, right? Because it's 1 bedroom, 1 bath. There's less potential of raising the rents to a higher amount, right? Compared to the other one, the first one we showed you, which was about 40,000 much more expensive. But you're getting 2 bedrooms, 1 bath with more potential of renting them a little higher.
Correct. And there's also, we've seen fourplexes that are 3 bedroom, 2 bath, right?
Yeah, those are really good.
Those are really popular, really good, and you might see those coming in at 600 above.
Yeah.
You might also see that they're much more expensive than the 600,000. Maybe it's because also the location. Right?
Yeah.
The location, and now the rents are 1,300, 1,400, right?
That's right.
We definitely know this world of multifamilies really well, and over the years, it's paid off really well. I know on a personal level for you, Felix, it's paid off really well. Definitely on a personal level for us. But most importantly, for our clients, that we've helped them navigate into this kind of territory of fourplexes when they didn't even think of it as an option. They're super happy. They're super, super happy because they've seen their money grow, especially the ones that got into it through the FHA program over the years. They are delighted. We've seen a lot of, even young around their 20s. Even I remember a couple of years, actually it's going to be about 4 or 5 years ago, Felix, we helped someone that had she had just turned 18 years old. So check this out, right? So we've been talking to her parents. The parents know the game plan that we've always talked about, fourplexes all the time. And this young lady, she's been modeling. She'd been modeling since she was the age of 16, through an agency, so she's been employed since the age of 16, right? So what do her parents do? As soon as she turns 18, they immediately, work up the plan for credit, and the income's there because she's made the income, and so she was able to buy her fourplex at 18 years old. It was truly amazing, and the young lady didn't really know, but she was following her parents' lead, which was awesome, because we know that some young folks maybe not following the lead, even though you see that potential, maybe they don't. But she just followed and said, "Yeah, no, I trust you." Went along with it, and a couple years after that, values continued to go up. She was able to sell that fourplex, grab the money, bought herself a home, and then from there, not only that, bought another home as an investment property. And so basically, use that fourplex to leverage her, kind of how she wanted to go and invest. It's truly amazing what you can do if you start young, especially. And again, the fourplex game is a really awesome game, and many of you can go into it with very little down, right? Another huge example. One of my really good friends. He's a photographer, and he had owned homes previously. He had heard me all about the fourplexes, and he's like, explain it to me again. Sure enough, he sells his property and says, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance, right? Super skeptical, especially, when people are family or friends, sometimes they're like, really? Are you sure?
Yep.
Absolutely, right? So he's like, are you sure that I can do it? I said, yeah. So we got him into a fourplex. He still owns that fourplex today. And from there, he calls me a year later. He's like, Nora, I want another fourplex with 3.5% down. I have 3.5% down. I said,
Yep. They get addicted. Gets
I said, you
addicting.
cannot buy another fourplex 3.5% down. I said, but now you can buy a home 3% down, conventional, right?
Or five, right? Or five.
Exactly, or or 5% down, and now we can get you that second property. Do you want to sell your fourplex and start leveraging that equity? He's like, no, I love it. I actually want to just buy another one. So the fourplex game is an amazing one, and it's definitely something that I hear a lot about on some of these videos and the hacks that people talk about. This is real life. You can actually make this happen, and Vegas is such an amazing market for it. So if you're in other cities and you're watching this from other cities, other places, you guys could absolutely apply this as well. We see that in certain locations, you guys might not have fourplexes as much. You guys might have more of a like duplex setups.
That's right.
So just work with what you have. If you're not able to go, if there's not a market really for fourplexes in your area, but you're able to do a duplex, a triplex, go that direction. Get it done, get your FHA loan. And as far as investors, gosh, as an investor, even if you're coming with 25% down, my friends, the numbers are great, and they're only going to look super good in the next 12 to 18 months. What do you think about this fourplex game?
I mean, I think for investors, I do see a return on investment. Let's say they put the 20% down, right, which typically many investors are putting.
Mm-hmm.
I do see maybe a anywhere from an 8 up to 10% cap. So you're gonna have return your money back in 8 to 10 years. But the way Las Vegas works is we also have a high appreciation. As you can see, prices are going down. There's a good chance that in 5 years, 10 years, you're gonna have more than what your money that you invested in on the property. So hopefully that makes a little sense. If not, just reach out to me. I'll re-explain it to you in my manner. So
It's also very important. I think also, Felix, another important fact or something to share with you guys is also kind of the environment, depending on the city you're in, the state you're in, like what are the laws, revolving around
That's right.
tenant and
Forgot
landlord
about that.
relationship, right? Tenant and landlord relationship. And that's one of the things that we have here that's probably better than a lot of locations, a lot of cities. We really do have a lot of advantages for the landlord, right? So basically, if somebody's not paying, here, you're able to go through the process, including court, if you need to go that direction, and really probably evict someone. Not, it's not going to be a six-month process or a year-month process, unless we have a COVID, right? And then there's a lot of other laws that come into play. But usually, what we're seeing is that if someone is evicted because of non-payment or whatever the case may be, our laws are really they're manageable, right? We hear a lot of horror stories from landlords that own properties in other states,
Yes.
and they're like, we don't want
like in California.
we don't want to point you out, California. We love you guys. We love that you guys invest here, but yeah, California has some pretty rough rules in regards to the tenant-landlord relationship. So pretty much keep that. That's super important as well. Keep that in mind, because now that you become a landlord, you're going to have to abide by these rules, and you're going to have to know them. But now it's not the end of the world. Again, if you have somebody on your corner, whether you hire a property manager to help you manage these, for 8-10% is roughly what they charge, or you decide to do it yourself. Some of these rules are really easy to navigate through, if you're getting the right, assessments and the right information from a professional, right, in the property management business. So, again, we are excited about this as well, because we know that we're seeing a little bit of a window of opportunity, because we're not seeing that big of demand or the competition. Again, they are selling, but they're not selling as fast as they were selling 4, 5, 6 months ago, where it was 5, 6 offers way above list price, super competitive. Our FHA buyers that were trying to get a fourplex, I mean, it was brutal, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we were making it happen, but it was brutal.
Through the relationships, right, Nora?
Through a lot of communication with
Yes.
the real estate agents on the other side, through really putting together a very attractive offer. It was being able to get done, but at the end of the day, it was really hard. So now we're going to start seeing that the territory is going to look really a little bit better, less competition, and so it's the time.
Yeah, no, I think it's the time. What else can I tell you? I mean, right now the benefit of buying with FHA as a first time in, investor or primary residence property, that you only have to come in with just your down payment money because it's very easy that sellers are helping out with the closing costs. That's the benefit of this market right now.
It's wonderful, absolutely. And we're gonna do more videos, my friends, on, if you wanna go above a fourplex and you're trying to now buy, multifamily where you're buying 8 doors, 12 doors, 30 doors. There's a lot of good incentives on that side as well. A lot of good loans on that side as well for many of you that wanna go into that, in that direction. You guys have a little bit more cash to come in with. That side is extremely profitable. We're seeing a lot of great opportunities as well. So again, we are here. We have a lot of the experience, and we're ready to really help you guys and guide you, take you by the hand, and let's take it step by step and help you guys build off of what you currently have. Right? Let's help you grow that money in the next 12 to 24 months. That we're going to see tremendous opportunity. So again, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, for subscribing. All of you that follow us on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much. We are looking forward to an amazing 2023. Yes, there are things that you're going to need to look out for. Yes, you're going to need to be, informed. But most importantly, it's really important that you ask a lot of questions. And if you're here today, you're in this channel, it's because you want to learn, and that to me is extremely valuable. You're already doing the right thing. So getting informed. So thank you so much. Thank you, Felix, for coming here today on the show. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.